Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cooper will come in motion right. Off of play action, it's Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
What a matchup we have here in the AFC North on this All Hallows Eve, otherwise known, of course, as Halloween. Kids probably shuffling home right now from trick-or-treating, all hopped up on sugar and ready to drive their parents crazy as these 2 old rivals get together here on this final day of October in a game that's been highly anticipated. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
Back to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now it's Burrow. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Johnson on the return.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
trouble trying to middle here. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And it's a fumble, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They had 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
This defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up the 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession.
on.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive.
Here we go.
Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Back to Mixon on second down.
Down right around the 25. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Gun.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. McPherson on for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Bengals 14. Browns nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone, it's Dearness Johnson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The Browns sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Able to find Isabella. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Watson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
On the return, Johnson.
Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Faking the give, now Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Watson off play action. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 35 on second down. Burrow
looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Taken from about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On 2, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mixon with a first down carry. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Back to Mixon on second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 30 inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Again, it's Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff to Mixon.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you're expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. On 4th down, Watson.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up, right? And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play, but found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Burrow on play action.
This one caught downfield by Higgins.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, a 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And again, it's Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunity.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. On the return is Williams. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Mixon. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. That's another great play to come away with the football.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson.
Swings this out for Hunt.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Watson now to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Browns. John Ross, 30 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long, and you know this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Again, it's Mixon. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Burrow. He's got a man, complete.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Here we go.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for Cleveland,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss.